I am ready for my next guest, William, when he is ready to join us. William, thanks for being on Talking Nachos.
Thanks
Just
for
share.
having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Share with our audience, what you do in your day to day to help dentists cry less inside. Share that with us.
So we, as F1 IT, we're a dental specialized IT provider. Crying less. We always hear that, hey, I hate that this is happening. My computer is terrible. I can't print. Technology is just a problem. We see it another way as being, empowering. We should be excited about like, hey, there's this new solution. It's working a lot better. It's made us more efficient.
I
And
love
that's
that.
really what we are.
I love that, William. I want to share from my own, back in the olden days of like 2004 when I was a dentist, my team would have to make 49 confirmation phone calls. 49, hey, William, hope to see you at Pennington Dental. Hey, William, can you come in? And now, through the power of text message, which now seems like it's no big deal, but that was a really big deal at the time. But as a dental practice owner myself, it's overwhelming, right? You have all these different things. You're trying to make sure you don't get hacked. You're trying to make sure stuff runs. Tell us, what should practice owners be paying attention to? You talked about you guys being an extension of their team. How should they look at their IT department as advisors, as team members? Tell us more about that.
So yeah, we really do consider ourselves partners with the customers that we have, our dental practices that we work with. And we really do that most essentially in being kind of a virtual CIO with them, right? We go there at the bare minimum yearly to evaluate everything that's going on, whether that's a security gap. We identify all these technologies that can help them. And in that sense, giving you information, metrics, and helping you make business decisions. And the rest of it, we just take care of. You just give us the thumbs up. Hey, I think that would be great to make this happen. Let's integrate this with that, and we'll be there to take it the rest of the way.
Awesome. I mean, I know from the years of, my dad, I practiced for many years, William, amazing mentor and dad, sadly passed away a few years ago, but they asked him in the year 2000, was he ready for Y2K in his practice? Because I don't know if you're old enough, he said, we are ready. They didn't have a computer in the office at that time. So this comes at dental practices quickly. I want to ask you next, we help people buy practices. Are you able to help a new practice owner that either has outdated technology, no technology? We talk about I own more than one practice, but how about that someone who just bought a practice? Can they go to you and your team and help them get set up for success?
Absolutely. Again, the way that we present ourselves is really value first. So if there's nothing else that we do, even if you don't move forward with us as a customer, we are very happy to provide assistance, advice, point you in the right direction. When it comes to purchasing a practice, oftentimes you have paper charts or technology that's just not really practical anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
think what is really valuable, and you guys can, maybe you do this already, and but like when you go to look to evaluate a practice, evaluating technology is important because you might have to invest 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 into something to get it up to date. And I think the person purchasing that thing should know about that, much like you want to know if you have to put a new roof on a house you're just about to buy. And those things, I think, as dentists, I can look at the equipment myself, I can look at the chairs, I can look at the x-ray units, but it's very hard for us to look at those computers the way you do. And I think that's great. One of the things I want to share, I'm talking with William, awesome sponsor of Dental Nachos, helps you with your technology. You can text technology to 215-543-6454 to connect with William. On a previous show, I said to people, if somebody wanted, this is a tip I have for everybody watching. If you take a sip of water and rinse it around in your mouth after you eat for 10 seconds, it will decrease your chance of getting cavities. When people go out to lunch and they can't brush or floss their teeth, you sip water and you rinse it around, it decreases the acidic environment in your mouth and it washes your teeth, right? And someone said, that's a really good tip, right? Do you have something like for the everyday dental office, whether it's passwords, whether it's logins, that you could add to our audience? Like, hey, watch out for this. If you're doing this, don't do this. When you walk in and you might want to pull out your IT hair and say, I can't believe they're doing this. Give us one of those.
honestly, there's so many, but if I were to choose one absolutely important thing is to make sure that your data is secure and backed up. There's many times that we've been approached, by potentially new customers. They're like, "Oh, my data is corrupted. We got malware, blah blah blah." I mean, almost the instant answer to that is, how are your backups looking?
Yeah.
So, your backups got to be encrypted. And it's not only that, like, hey, I signed up for this program and it's backing up my software. You have to know that it's working. You got to do some kind of integrity test to whatever
Yeah.
level it is and make sure that that data has integrity to actually, bring you back online.
And I love what you shared there. I've heard this joke. It's not mine, but they say the wrong time to be looking for a plunger is when you need a plunger, right? And I think
Absolutely.
the wrong time to make sure your backups are working is when you need your back. And I've heard, sadly, a lot of cry inside stories, probably outside stories of backup problems. So if you just give us that one tip, that's awesome. Well, I truly appreciate your support, William. Thanks for helping our community. Keep educating us. People can text technology to 215-543-6454 to connect with you. Is there anything else you'd like to add to our show? Any tips, nachos, anything like that before we wrap up?
So again, very happy to provide advice for anyone in any stage of their practice. So, you let us know. We also have some deals going on for dental nachos,
Awesome.
specifically at nachos.f1itinc.com. Call with us and, we'll set you up.
Awesome. Well, I truly appreciate your support. We couldn't do it without you, William. Thanks so much for sharing with us today.
Thanks.
So as you see, you're learning so much from marketing to IT.